I was about to propose to my girlfriend at her family reunion, but her drunk cousin told me she was cheating with another guy who was right there, so I left that night, and now I'm dating the cousin who saved me from the worst mistake of my life. I'm a 29-year-old software developer, and I need to share this story because it's been the most insane rollercoaster of my life. What started as planning the perfect proposal turned into discovering the most devastating betrayal, but somehow ended with me finding someone incredible. This story has everything: family drama, lies, stalking, and a plot twist that sounds like it came from a soap opera. Let me start from the beginning. I had been dating my girlfriend Amanda for almost 4 years. We met during my last semester of college when she was working as a barista at the coffee shop I practically lived in while finishing my computer science degree. Amanda was beautiful, charming, and seemed to share my goals for the future. She was studying marketing and had big dreams of working for a major advertising agency. Our relationship moved pretty quickly. We moved in together after about a year, splitting the rent on a nice 2-bedroom apartment downtown. Amanda landed a job at a boutique marketing firm after graduation, while I got hired at a tech startup. We seemed like the perfect young professional couple. We had date nights, took weekend trips, and talked about our future together constantly. About 6 months ago, I decided I was ready to propose. Amanda had been dropping hints about engagement rings for months, showing me pictures of rings her friends had gotten and talking about how much she loved attending weddings. I took the hint and started shopping for the perfect ring. I spent weeks researching diamonds, visiting jewelry stores, and even asked Amanda's best friend for advice on what style she preferred. I finally found the perfect ring, a classic solitaire with a beautiful round diamond that cost me nearly 3 months' salary. I was so excited about the proposal that I could barely contain myself. The plan was to propose at Amanda's family reunion, which was happening over 4th of July weekend at her grandmother's lake house about 2 hours outside the city. It seemed perfect, all of her family would be there, it was a beautiful setting, and Amanda had mentioned several times how much she loved family gatherings. I figured proposing in front of everyone who loved her would make the moment even more special. Amanda had been planning this reunion for months. Her grandmother was turning 80, and it was going to be the first time in years that all the extended family would be together. There would be about 40 people there: grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and family friends. Amanda was so excited about it that she had been talking about nothing else for weeks. The reunion was planned as a 3-day weekend with lots of activities: boat rides on the lake, barbecues, games, and a big formal dinner on the final night where I planned to pop the question. I had even secretly coordinated with Amanda's mom to make sure the timing would be perfect during the dinner toasts. We arrived at the lake house on Friday afternoon, and everything seemed normal at first. Amanda was in her element, hugging relatives and catching up with cousins she hadn't seen in years. I was feeling good about my decision to propose here. Seeing how happy she was surrounded by family made me even more certain that she was the woman I wanted to marry. But then I noticed something that made me uncomfortable. There was a guy there, probably around our age, who seemed to know Amanda really well. Let's call him Brett. He wasn't someone I had ever heard Amanda mention before, but they clearly had history. They were constantly talking, laughing at inside jokes, and I noticed they found excuses to be near each other throughout the day. When I asked Amanda who Brett was, she casually said he was just a family friend who had been coming to these reunions since they were kids. She made it sound completely innocent, like he was practically family. I tried to push down my discomfort because I didn't want to be that jealous boyfriend, especially at a family event. But as the weekend went on, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Amanda and Brett seemed to have a lot of private conversations. I would walk up to them talking and they would immediately change the subject or include me in a way that felt forced. At one point, I saw them sitting alone on the dock, and when Amanda saw me approaching, she quickly moved away from him. Saturday night, there was a big bonfire by the lake with drinks and s'mores. Everyone was having a good time, and I was trying to enjoy myself despite my growing uneasiness about Brett's presence. I was sitting with some of Amanda's relatives when her cousin Maya, who's about 25, sat down next to me. Maya had been drinking steadily throughout the evening, and she was definitely past the point of being careful about what she said. She looked at me with this expression that was part pity, part frustration, and said something that changed everything. "You know," Maya said, slurring her words slightly, "I really like you. You're way too good for Amanda. I don't understand why you put up with her crap." I was confused. "What do you mean?" Maya glanced around to make sure no one was listening, then leaned closer. "Come on, you have to see what's happening with her and Brett, right? Everyone's talking about it. They've been all over each other all weekend." My stomach dropped. "What are you talking about?" "Amanda and Brett used to date in high school," Maya continued, clearly not realizing the bomb she was dropping. "They broke up when she went to college, but everyone knows they still have a thing for each other. The way they've been acting this weekend. I just thought you should know before you embarrass yourself." I felt like someone had punched me in the gut. "They dated?" "For like 2 years, Maya said. "It was this whole dramatic thing when they broke up. But honestly, watching them this weekend, it's like no time has passed at all. I'm surprised you haven't noticed." I had noticed. I had been trying to convince myself I was being paranoid, but Maya had just confirmed my worst fears. Amanda had lied to me about who Brett was, and apparently everyone at this reunion could see something I had been trying to ignore. Maya seemed to realize she had said too much because she suddenly looked worried. Oh God, did I just? I thought you knew. I'm so sorry. I'm drunk and I talk too much when I'm drunk. Before I could respond, Maya's sister came over and dragged her away, shooting me an apologetic look. I was left sitting by the bonfire, trying to process what I had just learned while watching Amanda and Brett laughing together across the fire. I decided I needed to confront Amanda directly. I waited until Brett went to get another drink, then I approached Amanda and asked if we could talk privately. What's wrong? She asked, probably noticing that I looked upset. Maya just told me something interesting about you and Brett, I said, keeping my voice low. Amanda's face immediately changed. She looked panicked for just a second before forcing a smile. What did she say? She said you and Brett used to date. Is that true? Amanda looked around nervously, then sighed. Okay, yes, we dated in high school. But that was years ago. It doesn't mean anything now. So when you told me he was just a family friend, you were lying. I wasn't lying, she said defensively. He is a family friend. The dating thing was just. It was high school. I didn't think it was relevant. Not relevant? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Amanda, I've been watching you two all weekend. You've been acting like you're together. You're being paranoid, she snapped. Brett and I are just catching up. We haven't seen each other in years.